Good morning, everyone. Can you see me and hear me? Good morning. Good morning. I have something so cool. Watch this. Ready? Now I have an above camera, so it's like the perfect view. So excited. Thank you, Poetic Justice. Appreciate you. Good morning. Good morning. Isn't that so cool? Look. Boom. Now you can see the cards. Where's the top of this? Top is right there. Now I know where the top is. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Scroll up to the top. What my soul purpose is and why do people keep draining my energy? We know about your soul purpose. It feels like something new that you're not necessarily doing yet. It feels like something that you would do as a hobby, like you would enjoy to do it as a hobby, but you can turn it into a career. It feels like there's a lot of creativity involved, but it's mixed with like some element of overcoming. So, like solving a puzzle or helping to understand from a different perspective in a creative way. It could be involving children, but I'm not really feeling like it's necessarily children. I think it's just approaching situations from like a new perspective and guiding people in that way or solving problems in that way. I saw my uncles in a dream. Should I go to Dubai? I don't think that that is what the dream was trying to tell you. I think the dream was trying to show you it's like you're not giving yourself enough credit for something, and the dream was trying to highlight like your capabilities or like something you just did that you're not celebrating about yourself. I'm not saying don't go to Dubai. I think you'd have a good time, but I don't think that that's what the dream was saying. I think the dream was saying you need to celebrate yourself. I think that's what your uncles were saying in the dream. I wish I had told you more often how much I love you and look up to the sky and the cloud shapes. It feels like you're getting messages from them. Okay, so like look up in the sky, see the cloud shapes. So you're looking up, you see the clouds, but you're not recognizing the shapes. Not literally, I'm saying like the messages. Like they're trying to communicate with you to talk about whatever it is that you're meant to be celebrating about yourself. Does Michael have a message for me? You're blocking yourself from taking action on something that could be really beneficial for you. It's like not seeing an exit, but there's like a curtain there that's the exit, but it's blending in with the wall, if that makes sense. Like there's an option you're not seeing that would help you move forward in some way right now. Star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, soul, family. See how this is like in the sky there? It's like I said, like the curtain blending in. It's like there's signs of something here to devote yourself to that would help you in some way. Do we like this camera? I think this is so cool. Does Daisy have any messages and a song for you? There's a need to find more ways to nurture yourself and love yourself again. There's like a need for self-forgiveness here. But there's also, I kept knocking. It feels like maybe you've heard literal knocking, or like you've heard some kind of sign, but there's like a feeling of not feeling worthy of it. Like there's a need to kind of pour into yourself here. Fully embrace your gifts as it's passed down through your lineage, and you are never alone with the lighthouse. Put a Little Love in Your Heart by Jackie D. Shannon. Guidance to fulfill my soul mission. There's a new beginning available for you, but pain is holding you back in some way, keeping you from taking a risk on yourself, needing to get into a state of self-love. There's something that you are kind of sitting on, like talent, skill, ability, like something you know you're good at, but you feel like, where would this fit? That's the thing that you're meant to be kind of looking into. Almost like you feel like either the field is already very saturated and there's no room for you, or you feel like you'd be late or behind or something. It's like that. Something's calling to you, and it feels like needing to start to like research it, or like look, like you could even just like YouTube video information about whatever that topic is. Like it's almost like as you take a step, the next step will be revealed to you. Will I date this year? Yes, you're gonna find someone in a unique way. Like, for example, if you're on dating apps, it's gonna be something else, a different way that you find them. Or like, if you're trying one way, it's gonna be a different way. But it's gonna be someone who allows you to feel like you can put your defenses down in some way, put your walls down. Will my business idea Soul Synergy be successful? I like that name. Yes, but as it stands, there's a need to do something a little differently. I almost want to say it's marketing. Six of Pentacles, marketing. I need to connect with the audience in a different way, I think, maybe, or something about like the marketing element will need to be changed a little, but it will be successful. Monsters by Time Flies is the next song. Business be successful. Monster, time flies. It feels like it's going to take a minute to get off the ground, and that one hurdle to overcome. But other than that, did Dennis unalive himself past naturally or intentionally? This is not a tree. You have an answer for Dennis. Did he unalive himself? He did not unalive himself. Did he pass naturally? He did not pass naturally. Did he pass unnaturally? Did he intentionally disappear? Is he alive? He's not alive. He's not alive. It's not naturally passed, but it's not Emder. Was there an accident? Was there an accident? Accident. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Accident. Possibly a vehicle accident, but then he would have been found, right? Maybe like an accident and then someone hit him. Something about an accident while traveling, in which that's where his life ended, it looks like. Oops, where am I? Oh. Will I get offered a new job this year? Yes, but you're not going to like it. I don't know if that means you don't take it. It feels like it's going to be like a transitionary type job. You'll get one, but you might not love it. Or you'll know it. It could be like a temporary thing as well. Any messages from my mom or a song? Like I guess you said she's appreciative of the way that you're carrying the name of the family. There's something recently that I just want to say like defending the name of the family. Like you're properly defending the name of the family. It feels more like something you're doing though, if that makes sense. I watch over you every day, and I've always loved you, always have, and always will. In My Life by the Beatles is the song. I feel like it's still referencing something about a dog. Maybe. Not sure what that's about though. That's all I'm getting about it. Would making YouTube videos in my attic be good for me, or should I hire my own space? It feels like it would be better for your own space, but not immediately, almost like getting things in flow and then getting your own space. It feels like essentially you're going to outgrow in some way being there, but it doesn't feel like right away there's a need to get your own space. I would say like once it grows a substantial amount, you may want to. Will I get through the funk I'm in? It's like there's a battle going on right now in your psyche to try and not go to the root of what's causing the problem, because you don't feel like you'll be able to kind of find the proper solution, I guess you could say. It feels like what would kind of help is just like you can heal from things without having to relive the memories through like certain meditations and hypnosises and stuff like that. It feels like needing to address the issue without directly addressing the issue by just doing like a blanket healing of that area of the brain that is kind of fighting against itself. It could be like incorporating, think of it like you need to take a program out of your brain that's running right now and replace it with a different program, but not in a direct way, because when you try to face it directly, either you don't remember or you are become triggered by it. So there's a need to kind of do it in like an indirect way, if that makes sense. Will I ever be a grandmother? Do we have an answer for a grandmother? Will she be a grandmother? She will be a grandmother? Yes. I could find a better spot for this. Will my son do good in his exam? Not as good as he would like, but he's not going to do bad. I would say like medium. It feels like he needs to kind of review one section of something more. It's like that one section that almost like if that one section is in the beginning, it could frustrate him for the rest. So there's like one thing he needs to review more. Would David go with you if you asked him out? Do we have an answer for David? Would David go? She asked. David would go. Should she ask? She should not ask. Yeah, I was getting that feeling. Like, I don't know. It doesn't feel, maybe not the right time yet. I'll just flip something. Yeah, I don't know. I feel weird about it. I feel like he would say yes, but for some reason, it's maybe not a good time. What I experienced with my dad's wife. Recently came to visit. I was listening to this thing the other day, and someone was saying, like when people are under the influence of certain things, and that's not what I'm saying about this person, I'm just saying it's not necessarily a different version that comes out, it's their true version that comes out. That's this. It's like you caught a glimpse of the mask falling off, because something happened either conversation wise that triggered the person, or something that they weren't expecting or anticipating that triggered the person. like hearing certain news or something. You saw the mask fall off is what you saw. Yeah, I lost control. I was on fire. You saw the mask fall off. When will I publish my children's book? Do we have an answer for the children's book? Is it this year? Will she publish this year? Will it be in about a year? About a year? About a year? About a year. So that could be like right before or right after the year mark. Thank you. I think it's so cool. I can't wait to do a true crime reading now because you can see. Because before I had another table that was on the other side. So it was like all the way over there. I had to reach, but awesome. Really, I'm releasing blocked energy. I mean, it could go deeper if you wanted to do some kind of hypnosis or reprogramming, like reprogramming that deeper into the mindset by getting the active mind more out of the way. Excuse me. My throat is tickling. Okay. If you could get the active mind out of the way a little more by putting yourself into like a deeper state of meditation, it would help a little bit more because it feels like there's still something that's not all the way getting accessed. Yeah, needing to cut past the wall. Need to break past the wall. So yes, but also there could be deeper. 4 years since you said goodbye to your side. Did they have a message? Put down the heavy burden, my child. It feels like there's something, I don't want to say you're blaming yourself for, but it's like you keep reliving something that you feel like could have been done differently over and over and over and over. He's saying, put it down. Put it down. Everything happened like it was meant to, and he's very proud of you. He's going to send you some kind of sign. I had a peaceful passing and transition to the other side. He said, I said what I said. Take It Easy by the Eagles. Will I change jobs this year? Is there a song for you? Do we have an answer about the jobs? Will she change jobs this year? Will she change jobs this year? Will she change jobs in about a year? Will she have the opportunity to change jobs this year? Will she take the opportunity? She will not take the opportunity. It's like you'll have the opportunity, but maybe you won't feel like it's the right time, or maybe you'll feel like it's not the right job. So it feels like it's coming, but I don't know if it's necessarily this year. It feels like you have an option and that doesn't feel like the right option, or you find something and then you're like, I'm not sure, like that kind of thing. But it is possible, but it feels like first something is a no before it's a yes. Oh, and I forgot the song. 1 second. Be a Light by Thomas Rhett. Any messages from my friend Edwin? He's still with you, and there's a need to like slow down. Yeah. Feels like you're very anxious about something that's up ahead, and he's saying like, I'm with you, I'm there trying to help you. Like, slow your mind down. Yeah, slow your mind down with it. It's going to be okay. I see all of your thoughts, and it was my time to go. Changes by David Bowie is the song. Oh, thank you, Deborah. From Daisy. There's a need to kind of pour into your own cup and take care of yourself in some way, and kind of like allow yourself to get your spark back. Allow yourself to do things that make you feel good for you. Sometimes I move things around, and my death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. What's upcoming for me career-wise? It feels like whatever you're doing now shifts, it changes, it kind of comes to a halt, and then it feels like either you're going to be more in the public eye or more like in the front of something, or some kind of elevation or like promotion or something along those lines. Like, you're going to be more working with people, it feels like, than you are right now. And it feels like you're gonna like it though. Like, you might not. I feel like at first you're gonna be like, I don't know if that's it, and then you're gonna end up liking it. Did my mom fall on her own, or was she pushed? Do we have an answer for the mom? How do I word this? Did someone see her fall and not do anything, or like take advantage of it somehow? Did she fall on her own? Was she moving too quick? Feels like she like lost balance from moving too quick, but it also feels like someone like, I don't know. I almost get this feeling of like someone sees it about to happen and doesn't do anything, if that makes sense. But it feels like she kind of caught herself or something, like was moving kind of quickly or turned or something. Will I date this year? It feels like you're going to meet a person who kind of gets your walls down and isn't a good or the best person. Feels like you're going to learn a lesson this year. It doesn't feel like it's going to turn into anything, but it's going to teach you something. How do I move forward to what's meant for me? It feels like they're like needing to see your own value is a big one, because there feels like to be a chance that you could be taking on yourself that you feel like there's a need to hold back on. Almost like there's a decision that could really change everything for you, but you don't feel ready or you don't feel prepared, but you're more prepared than you're giving yourself credit for. So a need to, I'm just going to say, start to take little chances on yourself so you can see how it pays off. I just feel like this has a lot to do with career. Oh, brand new vision. Okay, so then that makes sense with the timeline. Hold on, is the man with the black t-shirt I keep seeing in my mind my true love in this lifetime? Feels like that's your spirit guide. Yeah, it feels like that's your spirit guide. I'm sure that you could manifest that to be what your person looks like, but it feels like that's your spirit guide that you're seeing. Will my mom's health be okay? Do we have an answer for mom's health? Will she be okay? Are there going to be complications? There will be complications. Feels like there's going to be some complications. Feels like there's a need for some kind of either different treatment, more treatment, preventative care. There's something that would help ease potential struggle. Does my grandmother Wilma have a message for me with a clue to an identity? Clue to an identity. Clue to an identity. I'm wondering what that means because this could go a couple ways. I want to say it's not what you think it is, or it's not who you think it is, or there's a need to pivot in what you know so far. Almost like you have the right puzzle pieces, but they're not in the right section of the puzzle, if that makes sense. You are never alone and you heard my voice calling your name. It feels like you're getting the right messages, but I guess the puzzle thing is the way to describe it, but not putting it in the right section of the puzzle, I guess you could say. So you're close. You're close to figuring something out. Let It Be by the Beatles is the song. What is my soul mission? Am I on the right path right now? Something that called to you during childhood. It's like something that either interested you during childhood. It feels like you were at odds with yourself about bringing that back into your life in some way, or maybe you just kind of haven't thought about it. It's like needing to kind of resurrect something from childhood here. Like think of it as like your inner child would enjoy to live it through you, if that makes sense. Will I travel abroad this year? Do we have an answer for traveling? Will she travel abroad? She will travel abroad. Will it be this year? It won't be this year. Within a year-ish. I'm not clear on the timeline. You are going to travel. It feels like it's like something about the timeline. Maybe like a little bit more than a year, or maybe there's a delay and it's still this year, but not the original time frame, or there's something not in the time that you think, but yes. What is my spiritual gift? See how it's like a bunch of pentacles over there and then one over here. It feels like needing to kind of clear out the solar plexus chakra. It feels like the channeling that you're able to do, right? It comes through creativity. It comes through like you're able to kind of channel information when you're doing things that take your active mind out of the way. So that can be literal meditation or just doing something that you enjoy. It could even be like through conversating with other people, but you're able to channel information. The more unblocked the solar plexus is, the better it flows for you. Will my daughter find success in her career choice? It feels like she is not going to find fulfillment, almost like she could be doing more. And that may be just she gets tired and creates some kind of shift. It feels, yeah, like needing to make some kind of change. It feels like she's going to make a big change at some point in the career. And then that can lead to the success that she wants. Oh, thank you, Donna. Husband's health. Husband's health, I see kind of something getting worse before it gets better, and needing to take some kind of like preventative measures or like some kind of healing after like an observation or like a second opinion or something. But then I see it getting better. Relationship, I see some issues. I see needing to address things and not sweep them under the table, or it's going to push the two of you apart. Daughter safe. There's some man that you should be weary of. Does my grandmother will might have a message to help me discover who was my father? I feel like this is literally, I feel like this person is past. I feel like, I want to say like a fling. Someone that wasn't necessarily able to be around. I want to say this person was in the military. In general. I feel like this person was in the military. Workers' comp for a few weeks. Is there anything I should be doing at this time? There's someone that you could be connecting with right now, like networking wise, that would help you. Feels like with building the business or with marketing the business or something like that. There's someone that you could start to kind of build a relationship with, or maybe like get classes from or something. Specifically with like the marketing or the finance side of business, or just learning about it in some way. Message from your spirit guide. Trust them. Needing to carve out time for yourself to get the busy mind out of the way so you can kind of receive messages on how to restore some kind of balance so that you have the energy to put it into something else that's going to be coming up. So creating like carving a time out to clear the mind each day, like a brain break. Dreaming of my ancestors. Okay. It'll help you heal. It'll help you get answers. I almost feel like you're putting this puzzle together in your mind, and it'll help that puzzle be completed so that you can use that energy for something else. So I feel like for that reason, but don't obsess over it. Like, don't let yourself only focus on that. Have it as like a side thing that you devote like a specific amount of time to, and don't let yourself go overboard. Do we have an answer about the health? Will the health improve in 2024? Will it stay about the same? Health will stay about the same in 2024? It will stay about the same. So that could mean one problem is replaced with another, or it could mean like one step forward, one step back type thing. Like second opinion about something. Maybe not yet, but it feels like at some point there's going to be a second opinion about something, or a need to get one. My grandfathers have anything to say to me? Mom said, Dad said. Okay. There's a need to take action towards some kind of new beginning here. I just want to say, like, if you could see yourself from their perspective, you would see that in some way you're selling yourself short. Yeah. So take that chance on yourself. It feels like they already tried telling you this. You've heard my whispers. My death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. This isn't for you. That's for someone else. You said grandfathers, mom's dad and dad's dad. Either your mom or dad are holding on to a lot of guilt, or like shoulda, coulda, woulda type thing, and they're saying to let that go. That's like a pass along message. Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones is the song. Do we have an answer for Linda? Does she have more than 6 months? She has more than 6 months? Yes, more than 6 months. I was gonna say there's gonna be some kind of bad turn before a year though, but she has more than 6 months. What should be my focus for February? I was supposed to say literal meditation or something, like needing to reconnect with what's on the other side of the busy mind, because there's something you're going back and forth about, or something that it's like allowing your higher self to pass you some answers here, but there's a need to kind of pull back and rest and retreat. There's a lot of traffic, it feels like, in your mind, and it feels like there's a big change that would help you, but needing to give yourself the space for that information to come through. Long-term love relationship. No, not in your immediate future. I feel like I see the wrong one coming before the right one comes. Am I going in the right direction of my life purpose? Yes. It feels like in the past you like picked this up and put it down or something like that. And it's because it wasn't time then yet. You needed more lessons or something along those lines, but you're going in the right direction now. Will his mood improve? Not soon. It feels like you're just the one that's, I guess you'd say like easiest to take the mood out on because you are caring for him. So it's almost like, how do I word this? Not like you signed up for it, but like he feels like you understand that his mood is just like it is because of either pain or discomfort or frustration. It's almost like because he knows you know how he's feeling on the inside, he doesn't have to hide it. That's what it is. He feels like because you are empathetic and know how he's feeling on the inside, he feels like he doesn't have to hide it. So until he feels better, it looks like that's not going to change. It's going to be a little bit. Feels like it's more frustration, like at the surgery or the healing or something. Does my dad have any messages for me today? You have more options than you are seeing that you have right now, but needing to either end a mindset or end a connection with someone that's not benefiting you or helping you restore some kind of balance. I have a new understanding and I'm standing right next to you. It's almost like he's guiding you to look at a situation from a higher perspective. Oh, Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye. Yeah, it's a higher perspective. Yeah. Sometimes I have a thought or dream and then it happens. As you're healing, you're unlocking certain so it's like your higher self is trying to give you messages and show you that channels are opening by placing like breadcrumbs. So yes, and specifically it's happening because you healed something. It's like as you heal something, you're given a breadcrumb, I guess. So like it's almost like a receipt of healing. Almost feels like some kind of healing session or like levels of or something like that that you're doing. I'm going to stay on about 15 more minutes, guys, and I'm going to hop off. Uh-oh, I lost my space. How do I deal with my state of mind? I see that, yes. It feels like needing to just kind of make a little bit of your own oasis in your own space and allow yourself to constantly being investing in some kind of growth, almost like to counterbalance the energies. Almost like if you set up like 10 minutes to do some kind of either motivational speech listening to or something, like needing to have something to resort back to counterbalance the energies until you can get into a different situation. And it can even be like reading a book or something, like almost like having sessions with yourself where you create like an energy bubble to counterbalance their energies. Message from son, dad, or gran. My Girl by the Temptations. I feel like that's from your dad. There's a need to forgive yourself, to free yourself from something. Allowing yourself to find the light. Oh, told you, you are never alone. Will your body and mind be clear and happier? You asked doctor to reduce. Do we have an answer for the doctor? Would it be better to get off or reduce the medication? Is it not the right time? Will it be a better time later? It'll be a better time later. 6 months? A year? About a year? It'd be better to wait about a year. Feels like it'd be better to wait about a year. That could be things shifting in your life, or that could just be like a better time to taper down. Will there be a long-term love relationship in the immediate future for me? I think I did this one. Did I scroll back up? Because what did I say? I said, I don't remember what I said. I did this one though. Right to launch my mission. Should I publish a book and or present lessons on YouTube? I'm getting more teaching, more community here, almost like it helps to connect and start to build the audience that would then purchase the book, if that makes sense. So it feels like I feel like YouTube, but I also feel like YouTube and like one of the teaching websites would also, like Udemy or something. Udemy is what it is. Like that and YouTube. And then the book later. Does my mom have a message for me? You're at odds with yourself about something. There's a need to prioritize being on your own team. There's a need to reconnect spiritually in some way, like allowing yourself to start to focus on the light. I'm standing right next to you, and I have a new understanding. I Got You, Babe by Sonny and Cher. I almost scrolled past it. No. Oh, that's funny. So I went back to the other playlist and I hit shuffle, and I Found Someone by Cher came on. So Sonny and Cher, and then Cher. Is my dog Oliver my protector as a child in another life? Yes. Dog, community, from pain, protector. Why am I unable to sleep? How can I fix it? Feels like whatever you're doing before bed is not helping you get into like an ease state of mind. Almost like needing to create some kind of almost want to say like reading or something that it's like you're doing something, but you can kind of put yourself into a bit of like an eased trance type thing. It feels like your mind is just too active before you fall asleep. Chatter on the fronts for a loss of power grids in the US or a cyber attack. Do we have info for the power grids? Do we have info for the cyber attack? Anything with power grids in 2024? There will be something with the power grids in 2024. Will it be in the second half of 2024? Power grid second half of 2024. Power grid second half. Power grid second half of 2024. Cyber attack in 2024. It's not a big one. It's a gearing up of one. Medium. A medium cyber attack. Is this also the second half of 2024? Is it the middle-ish of 2024? Does it come before the power grids? Cyber attack, middle of 2024, medium. Medium? Medium cyber attack. Somebody gets through the walls. Power grid. Power off. Did me and my husband share a past lifetime? Truth that you can't walk away from, yes. How can I encourage my husband to be tidier? On top of his dresser. Ooh, but you're not lying. It's going to take some work. I almost feel like he's going to be very stubborn about this. Not going to want to change his ways. Yeah. I would say, I feel like you have told him how this affects you, but I feel like maybe trying it in a different way where I almost want to say like being as least defensive about it as possible and approaching it from like a different angle. Maybe even like tallying up how often it happens. It's like needing to get him to see logically how it affects you emotionally, because it's like the principle of it, if that makes sense. Have I been communicating with my mom and family? Do they or my spirit guides have any advice? Yes. Yes, my child. Incorporate more tools. See how there's like a different thing in each cup? Incorporate more tools. You can strengthen it and you will strengthen it. So have confidence in yourself and find more tools to communicate. Yeah. She's like, I'm not gone. I'm right here. Yes, my child, I'm right here. It feels like you get things in your dreams often as well to confirm what you've gotten during the day. So it's just needing to balance them together, like channeled writing, stream of consciousness writing. It also feels like make a playlist. with songs that feel like they could be from her, and then like bounce thoughts back and forth. I had a peaceful passing and transition. Look up to the sky and see shapes. Yeah, see, leading, that's the tools. Oh, she said, I said what I said. Look at this. Look up to the sky and see shapes. I said use more different tools. That's the sky and the shapes. That was direct. Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. And also make sure she's thorough. Also make sure that you're keeping your vibration high to channel. That's funny. Am I where I can make the most difference job-wise, or should I switch from the middle? Make the most difference. It feels like there's a lid on your potential right now. Literally, like, look, there's a lid on your potential right now, and it would help you to have more freedom. So it feels like switch from the middle. Does my great aunt have a message for me? There's some change you're resisting making, but it would be very beneficial for you to make it. Shining light on the options that you do have and not holding yourself back. I am so much better now. Reaching out to you with unknown phone calls. It feels like she's been trying to send you certain hints of this, but almost like you haven't trusted that you're reading it correctly. So you could do the thing with the playlist as well, or just like kind of testing out the messages that you're getting by starting to lean into them, like what it feels like you're being called to change. Am I where I can teach children the most and make the most impact, or should I move from middle to high school? Oh, wait, that's the one I answered. Sorry. Am I an empath? So they're all fighting and then you're coming in with the sword. Yes, because you can put yourself very easily in other people's shoes. Uh-oh. Does my dad have a message for me? There's a need to let yourself feel your feelings so you can free yourself to move forward in some way. It feels like there's a little bit of questioning if you handled something the right way, and it's like needing to put that down. You are never alone. Fully embrace your gifts as it's passed down through your family's lineage. It feels like essentially he's saying, look at the situation from how you think I would look at the situation, and it'll help you see something from a different perspective. Will my son Luke get kept on as permanent in his job? That's confusing. Do we have an answer for Luke? Will he be kept as permanent in the job? Not permanent, but longer than expected? asked to come back at some point. Yeah, there's something not permanent, but it's almost like maybe it ends eventually and then he ends up getting a call to go back or something like that, or they change their mind eventually. There's like a lull in it or a gap, but it feels like you figure something out. Uh-oh, where was I? What do I need to be doing to be able to channel? Feels like there's a lot of self-doubt here. So kind of needing to, I feel like it's not necessarily needing to open up your channels. It's learning how they're communicating with you, as in like your spirit guide. So kind of using whatever tools that will help you get a message, right? Sit with it, get the message, and then be able to confirm that I get the right message. It's just kind of building your confidence with it. Should I try to move to the high school or would it be the same? It feels like you'll be able to have wider impact, if that makes sense. It feels like it'll be a fresh start where you'll feel better about what you're doing. It like almost like you'll be accepted for your value instead of undervalued. Oh, it's a mailman. I was making sure he was getting back in the truck and not waiting at the door. Okay. Their love connection for you in the immediate future. I'm seeing it coming, but not what you would say immediate future. It feels like there's a need to like realign with knowing what you bring in terms of value to a connection, and kind of redefining what it is that you're looking for. It feels like there's a little bit of focus on trying to not relive the past, but there needs to be more focus on what actually do you want in the future. Feels like not immediate future. Do I have the gift? If so, what? It feels like a like clear seeing. So it could be like you can kind of close your eyes and focus in and like see shadows or see images or kind of channel in a way that you request those things to have it confirm what your inner knowing is. So it's like a mix between inner knowing and inner seeing. And that can even be channel drawing as well, like just kind of drawing things that you're not looking at the paper and it kind of ends up being a message. Does my mother help guide hard decisions? Why is the camera not on? Hold on. What is happening? Oh, it's 20% battery. That makes sense. Does my mother help guide hard decisions? Sorry, hold on. It was going to fall. Okay. Yes, because she can't be there in person to help her child, but she's still going to get the message somehow, some way. It's like her way of helping to guide is to point out things to you, like look at this from this angle or look over here type thing. Daydream Believer by the Monkees. Is there anything I'm taking to sleep that affects my ability for psychic dreams? Oh, yes. Almost like decompressing the mind too much. I don't know, like the mind isn't active enough to be able to get the psychic dreams. Will my son go back to school, and what careers do you see for him? I just want to say something in like the mental health field or counseling or like caring for others who have been through the ringer in some way, helping to build a foundation for people who have lost a previous foundation. It does look like he could go back to school, but it feels like there's also a like non-traditional, I don't know, way to go about it too. Like maybe like certificates or like online school or something. It's like something different. Does anyone on the other side ever send me messages with it feels like there is a masculine energy who tries to specifically alert you of things that could be avoidable, like things you don't need the lesson of, like the don't go down that way type thing. And then also tries to alert you to new opportunities or opportunities for changes. Do you have psychic abilities beyond intuition? Yes, your intuition works in combination with something else. It feels like clear sight as well, like closing your eyes and kind of asking for visuals or training your mind to go into that state where you can just kind of call for them. Also, like closing your eyes and focusing on the shadows and like allowing that to translate into what that is meant to be telling you. And then you can confirm that intuitively in different ways, but clear vision. Will you take an overdue vacation this year? Do we have an answer about the vacation? Will it be this year? Will there be a vacation, just not this year? Vacation in 2025? Vacation 2025? Feels like not this year. More likely next year. Yeah, more likely next year. And my spirit guides have a message for you. Your spirit guides have a message for you. There's a need to get out of your own way, so to speak, when it comes to some kind of change that you're resisting. That queen, queen, queen. Queen of Swords in reverse. It feels like something that needs to be expressed, or a change of mindset that is expressed in your behavior, or some shift of priorities, I feel like. Authenticity. It's like you're unpeeling away layers of who you are not, and you've done that, and now it's creating some change in the external to match that change on the internal. Do I know of my soulmate already, or even a dating partner? Do we have an answer for the soulmate? Will it be someone she already knows? She already knows a person she'll date again? Is it who she's thinking of right now? Is the person she's thinking of right now a soulmate? Feels like someone from the past is going to be coming back. The one. Yesterday, was there any message for me related to Ashley getting kicked out of chat when my questions being answered? Kicked out of chat. Oh, when I exited out, did I not answer your question when I came back? Type it in again. Oh, you did. What should my food diet look like for February? I almost want to say like restrictive, but not in like a restrictive way, more of like narrowed in. It feels like there's some of food that's affecting you negatively, and needing to either I don't know if it's like restricting is the right word, changing up something where there's less differences in the food, I guess you could say, like needing to kind of be more bland with it, or like less options. It's like there's something that's making you either feel sluggish or negatively affecting you in some way, and needing to kind of piece together what that could be. Is Aaron the one? Do we have an answer about Aaron? Is Aaron the one? Will Aaron and Deb be together again eventually? Aaron is the soulmate connection. Looking like yes. I have a weird feeling though. It feels like there's still a lot that would have to be worked through before you could really see how that would be a possibility. And it feels like he needs to be on board to do that before that could happen. Oh, I got kicked out and didn't know why. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I exited out of the whole thing somehow. Should I be wary of my neighbor who I share a wall with? Mm-hmm. Yes, they wouldn't hesitate to step on you to get themselves out of a situation. It's almost like they're looking for any way that they could make a quick dollar off of a situation. Or there's like some weird, like, I'm entertained by seeing other people get into trouble that I created. There's something, yeah, be wary of that person. I'm going to do a couple more. Do we have an answer for the gender of pregnancy? Will it likely be a boy? It will likely be a girl. More likely a girl than a boy. More likely a girl. My daughter has breathing issues since birth. What caused it and how can she strengthen her lungs? This is like the chords of something not working the right way. I don't know how that translates. Breathing issues since birth. The chords of something not working the right way. I was going to say clogged chords or like bent chords or something somewhere. There is a way to kind of strengthen it. It feels like needing to do it through like someone who specializes in a specific strengthen lungs, like a exercise regime for the lungs. I don't know what exactly I'm saying. It feels like there's some kind of practitioner or specialist that does some kind of modality that is like a workout for the lungs that increases the strength. But as far as why, I'm getting like something about cords being like almost like a hose that's kinked is the image I'm getting. I don't have no idea where I'm at. How does this keep happening? Does my dad have a message for me? Trust yourself on some kind of, oh, look, that's him, that's you. Trust yourself on some kind of change or decision. Trust the way that you're perceiving a certain situation involving another individual. There's no time where I'm at, so you can talk to him all the time. It's never too much. I love you with all my soul's being. Don't Think Twice, It's All Right by Bob Dylan is the song. I used to dream of my deceased father, seeing him at a distance, surprised he was alive and wondering where he had been. Was he actually with me? Oh, big yes. Oh, yes. It's like your brain was reading his energy. Oh, yes, you got it. Your brain was like reading or coding his energy. It's Not Unusual by Tom Jones. He's like, it's not weird. It's just teaching you how to pick up on his presence, I guess you'd say. Is Aaron going to come back and try? Do we have a message about Aaron? Is he going to come back and try again with Deborah? It's going to be a bit of time though, right? It's going to be some time before this happens. He needs to heal from something, or he's going through something. That's a big yes. Yeah, he's going through something right now. But it does feel like eventually that happens. Ooh. When you least expect it. Not right now, though. My husband has a lot of back and leg pain. Is this why he says he doesn't want to be intimate, or is there something else? It feels like almost like he's fearing vulnerability because he's worn down from the pain. I don't know what that really translates to, but like it's not another person. I feel like you think it's another person, or you're hoping it's not, or you're questioning if it is. It's not that. It's like there's something going on internally in his mind or in his heart space. It's like a wound from the past has resurfaced. And I almost feel like there's something he takes for the pain that is causing that to resurface. And he doesn't understand, or something about the pain is causing it to resurface. And he's not really understanding why he's feeling the way he's feeling. And he's trying to hide the way he's feeling. So it's not another person. It's like not wanting to tell you about like something that his mind or heart is wrestling with. But it's not about you though. It almost feels like a childhood wound, or like something that he wasn't all the way healed from. Is he returning to work in the next 6 months? Do we have an answer about work? Will there be return in the next 6 months? 6 months-ish? Return in 6 months-ish? I wouldn't say within 6 months, but around like maybe 6 to 9 months. Am I going down the right spiritual path? I'm going to do about 3 more after this one. Yes, definitely. Whatever you walked away from, or whoever you walked away from, was the right decision. Yes, yes. It's almost like you felt selfish from cutting someone off or walking away from something. And once you recognize that that was the right decision, it'll help you forward on the spiritual path. Because you didn't do it for selfish reasons. You did it because you're being guided to do so. Does my mom have a message for my sisters? If so, which message is for Jessie or Jamie? Jessie. Jessie is sitting on something that she could do for a career that she'd be very good at. Like there's like a need to not hold herself back from, I was going to say branching out or going forward with something. I'm just going to say she's better at something than she's giving herself credit for. Jamie, there's a need to focus on healing right now from something from the past. It's like nurture yourself, like your mom would if your mom was there, like pour into yourself. The earth is our school and we will be together again. Tiny Dancer by Elton John is the song. And I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack. Does Uncle Bucky have a message for me? You're reading something correctly about a masculine either doing things behind the scenes or trying to keep things behind the scenes. It's like someone had an advantage over you not knowing certain information and you're finding out about it and you're reading it right. You're understanding it correctly. I just want to say whatever's from this emperor, it's not personal. It's just how that person is, if that makes sense. I was greeted and embraced by family and friends and remember me by happy memories. Yeah, like you're seeing the picture clearly of something from the past and you're putting it together and he's not alone. Timeline on Aaron coming back. We have a timeline for Aaron. Will it be over 3 years? Under 3 years? Over 2 years? Over 2 years? Over 2 years? Feels like between 2 and 3 years. Feels like he's going through something right now still. Almost like he's running from himself. Will I see my house and do you see a time frame for that? Do we have an answer for the house? Will she sell the house? Will there be a complication in selling the house? Will it eventually sell? There's going to be some like setback or some kind of like you get your hopes up and then it doesn't go through or something like that, but it eventually goes through. When it eventually goes through, will it be under a year? Over a year? Under 2 years? Will it be under 2 years? Okay, so that going over that way, it feels like there's going to be a complication within the next year. I almost want to say it's something that like it looks like it's going to go through and then last minute it doesn't and you get frustrated. But then it feels like whenever that happens, it's like another year or so before it sells, or within that next year that it sells. My spirit guides have a message to help me with my daughter. Encouraging her to dedicate herself to something that allows her to focus on like the steps of something, like something that she would have to kind of see through to the end to dedicate herself to. Not anything that has to cost a lot of money. Almost like setting something up like a chapter book, not literally, but like, okay, I'm on chapter 1 of this. Okay, once I complete, there's like a need to feel like I complete this and I can like tally mark this off that I did this, like to dedicate to moving forward, it feels like. The law of polarity. The moment you judge anything as good or bad, you set the universe into motion. Why is that not on again? Okay, I wonder how long that's been off. The moment you judge anything as good or bad, you set the universe into motion. It feels like there's also a need for her to recognize that, like, it feels like she feels like she's the only one that's dealing with what she's dealing with. So maybe a need to kind of connect her with other people who face similar things, if that makes sense. I'm gonna do this one and one more because this is about to die. I don't have my charger. I walked away from a 14-year career in healthcare with no backup plan. Felt a huge calling to heal. Oh, that's good. Oh, look, healing. Awesome. Yeah. You're on the right path with that. Any messages from my spirit guide? Happiness is a decision that you need to make here. And it feels like you need to redefine what fulfillment really is to you and start to bring more elements of the potential for that in. It almost feels like you feel bored or you feel complacent and it needing to kind of self-motivate into action. Yeah. One upright, one reverse here. It feels like you're disconnected from feeling like true fulfillment is possible. So you're settling for less than. So needing to kind of chase that again. Okay, everyone, I'm going to hop off because this needs to be charged. When is the next? I'm going to hop on either tomorrow. What is today? Today's Tuesday. So Wednesday or Thursday. I just don't know when yet. Oh, wait, not Thursday because I have an appointment. So maybe tomorrow. If not, then maybe Saturday. But yeah, there's another members live on Friday. I think I forget what time. Anyway, thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you to the mods. You are awesome. I appreciate all of you. Have a good day, everyone.